Lil Durk is sitting behind bars after being accused of putting a bag on Quando Rondo's head, and now the whole situation just flipped on its head. Rumors are spreading like wildfire that Durk was allegedly sending people to slide on O Block 2, which has everyone's head spinning. The internet's been flooded with wild stories, but let's get into what's actually happening with this messy case. So here's where it gets crazy. Lil Durk's trial got pushed all the way back to 2026 since prosecutors said they needed more time to prepare their case. But Durk's lawyer, Drew Findling, isn't just sitting around waiting. He's trying to shut the entire thing down before it even hits trial. His legal team filed a motion to fire the lead federal prosecutor, Bill Ashley, claiming his appointment as U.S. Attorney for the Central District of California was completely unlawful. That's a serious accusation. And it's not only Durk's side coming for Ashley. Other attorneys have already filed complaints too, saying this guy shouldn't even have the position he's in. Talk about pressure. But here's the thing, even if Ashley does get the boot, the state can just swap him out for another prosecutor and keep the case rolling against Durk. It's a legal chess game, and both sides are playing to win. But Findling didn't stop there. He also filed another motion to get the entire case tossed out altogether. According to Durk's team, the Fed's accusations are way too vague for them to even build a defense. Basically, they're saying the government story is full of holes. The feds are claiming Durk used coded language to tell his crew that if they took out Quando Rondo, they'd be rewarded with cash or sweet OTF music opportunities. That's a heavy claim. And if it's true, it could take this whole case to a completely different level. This case is already messy, but with all these motions and behind-the-scenes power plays, things are about to get even wilder. Durk's legal team is firing back hard, saying the feds are playing dirty. They claim the prosecution isn't even giving clear details about the case, which leaves the defense completely in the dark. His lawyer said the government's case is so unclear that they're being forced to guess what the feds are accusing Durk of, and that's not justice. They warned the judge that this kind of vagueness lets prosecutors twist the story however they want, especially if their witnesses start changing up their tales just to secure a conviction. Basically, Durk's team is saying the feds are just throwing everything at him, hoping something sticks. Now here's where it gets even messier. The feds are saying Durk offered money to the alleged shooters, but Durk's lawyers are demanding proof. They want to know exactly how much money he supposedly offered, and more importantly, how that offer was allegedly made. Was it text, phone call, DMS? They're calling the feds out, saying if this case was so solid, those details should have been crystal clear from day one. But then, boom, new court paperwork dropped, and it's got people talking. The new documents claim Durk was pressured by fans to slide for Von after King Von's death, and that he supposedly rapped about it in songs like Who Want Smoke. In one line, he spits, "They be on my page like slide for Von. I know they trolling me." The feds are actually using that lyric against him now. They even pulled out Durk's old interview with DJ Academics, where Durk said that after Quando's cousin Lil Pap was killed, people online stopped yelling slide for Von. According to this fresh paperwork, witnesses are now trying to tie Durk to a failed hit on Quando Rondo that allegedly went down back in 2021. If that's true, the situation just got way more serious. And it looks like the feds are digging up everything they can to keep Durk boxed in. Quando Rondo was out in Savannah, Georgia, performing at a show, and after the concert, he rolled out with his crew. But things went left fast. Reports say someone pulled up on them and tried to take Quando out right there in the street. Shots were fired, and one of Quando's boys ended up getting hit in the hand. The rumor mill immediately started spinning. People online said Durk supposedly sent hitters to slide on Quando to get revenge for Von. At first, that theory seemed to fit the story, but then everything took a wild twist. Out of nowhere, new alleged paperwork surfaced claiming Durk wasn't just focused on Quando. He was supposedly putting pressure on O Block 2. That's right, the very place Von came from. The feds are saying they have text messages between Lil Durk and his homie Booney Mo talking about sliding on O Block in 2023 because, allegedly, O Block wasn't getting back for Von. That's a shocking claim. Fans couldn't believe it. According to the feds, in one message, Durk supposedly told Booney Mo, "I'm finna pipe it up," and Booney replied, "Blood is green, getting's out together now, no phones." That sounds like they were planning something serious. There's even an alleged witness ready to testify that Durk wanted Booney Mo, and the same witness, to personally take part in the hit. The feds are saying money from Durk was used to buy a car for the job, but when they pulled up to O Block, there were way too many cops in the area, so they called it off. The story doesn't end there, though. The paperwork says Durk's main beef was with a guy from the O named Mond Dukes, a respected OG from O Block who was super close with Von before he passed. If this is true, that means Durk wasn't just clashing with outsiders. He was allegedly turning against his own circle. This whole situation is spinning deeper than anyone expected, and the streets are buzzing about what's coming next. On the track Demon, King Von shouted out Mond Dukes, rapping some bold bars about loyalty and street ties. Talking about bodies, I got a few. 4 plus 3, 3 plus 2. I'm King Von, who is you? We gon' buy them all when they free Duke. Those lyrics hit different now, especially after what came next. Allegedly, Lil Durk wanted Mond Dukes gone in 2023, putting money on his name. But when Booney Mo and the supposed witness backed out of the hit, nothing actually went down. The plan just fizzled out, at least for the moment. But things took another dark turn later. After dodging that alleged setup, Mond Dukes landed back in jail on a gun charge in 2024. Then, in early 2025, tragedy struck. Both Mond Dukes and his close friend Youngin were shot and killed on the north side of Chicago. No one's been officially arrested for the murders, but the streets have been talking non-stop. Rumors are flying that Durk might have had quiet connections to the same crew that pulled the trigger that night. According to multiple online sources, people are whispering that someone from Gleesh Gang carried out the hit. Gleesh Gang and O-Block used to be tight, but everything fell apart when a member from Gleesh, known as Savage, allegedly tried to rob someone called Bus Stop while he was in O-Block. Shots were fired, sides were taken, and ever since that day, both groups have been locked in bad blood. Now here's where it gets really suspicious. Durk reportedly signed a rapper from Gleesh Gang named Chucky to his OTF crew, even though Gleesh Gang was openly dissing Mond Dukes and Youngin after they died. That move raised a lot of eyebrows. People are saying Durk wanted Mond Dukes gone because he didn't slide for Von. But others claim that wasn't the only reason there was tension. Some say it was deeper, a mix of street politics, loyalty questions, and power moves. Whatever the truth is, it's clear this situation goes way beyond music and fans are watching every move like hawks. Word on the street is that Durk was heated because Mond Dukes didn't slide for D-Thang either. Durk's own brother. That made things personal. On his track Moment of Truth, Durk poured his heart out, rapping, "You wouldn't help the day my brothers died. You ends ain't riding with me. I ain't gonna speak on the past. When I took it serious, I had dime beds, 26 years. Talked to my uncle, I did time with him. I ain't have S, still sent money. Y'all, I'm that nen." Fans couldn't stop dissecting those bars. A lot of people thought Durk was low-key self-snitching, hinting at ordering hits on O-Block through his music. Then he dropped threats to everybody and the internet went crazy again. In the song, he raps, "Think about what you saying with me. Look what's going on with the other side. Better think about playing with me. Got paperwork? Don't shake no hands with me. Make example of the ends I knew long, cause they keep playing with me." That line, "got paperwork," had everyone talking. Some fans believe he's referencing real-life federal files tied to the case, while others think it's just Durk staying in character for the music. Still, even with all the talk online, there's no concrete proof that Durk had anything to do with Mond Dukes and Youngin getting killed. But that's not the end of his drama, not even close. According to the new alleged paperwork, there's another layer to the story. The feds claim Durk texted a guy from Laron named RICO, sending him a chilling message. "I got them hunting you up and better have 3 ski masks on." That line alone raised serious eyebrows. Apparently, Durk and RICO go way back and have had beef for years. Durk even dissed him on the track Survivor, saying, "Rich, please, I'm the one who sent money. Nah, go check receipts. Me and Bone of Death ain't trying to talk, they trying to get to Steve. Must don't know what happened. You run your mouth too much, you fed." According to Trench's News, the whole problem between Durk and RICO started when RICO and some other Laron guys allegedly tried to extort Durk for money. That's when everything started spiraling out of control. Now, between these text messages, lyrics, and rumors, the situation is looking 10 times more explosive, and people are wondering just how deep this beef really goes. Now the feds are taking things even further. They're claiming Durk allegedly put a bag on RICO's head too. But here's where things get confusing. RICO actually jumped on Instagram recently and showed love to Durk, saying everything between them was cool. That threw everyone off. Even Trench's News stepped in, posting what they say is new paperwork claiming that OTF had a hand in hired hits involving FBG Duck, FBG Cash, and a man named Stephen Mack. But once people took a closer look, the story started falling apart fast. See, FBG Duck's death had nothing to do with OTF. The shooting was a chaotic street crash out, not some organized hit. The idea that OTF was behind it doesn't match the real case at all. As for FBG Cash, yeah, he and Durk were publicly beefing before his death, but that doesn't mean Durk had anything to do with what happened next. Cash was found shot to death, his body lying beside a tree, a chilling scene that shocked Chicago fans everywhere. Then people started replaying Durk's song Threats to Everybody and connecting dots that might not even be there. In the track, Durk raps, "Think I'm playing? Then come and see. You gonna end up by that tree." That one line had social media blowing up with theories that he was self-snitching about Cash's murder. But again, there's no proof OTF had anything to do with it. And then there's Stefan Mack, who was allegedly connected to the killing of Durk's brother D-Thang. Some people online claim Durk wanted revenge, but there's no evidence tying him to that situation either. The supposed paperwork floating around doesn't even look official. It uses rap names instead of government names, which makes it super sketchy. That's why most fans and insiders are calling it fake. Still, despite all the rumors, there's one thing that stands out. The judge has repeatedly refused to grant Durk bond. His team has been fighting to get him out since he was first booked. But in June 2025, the judge denied it again. Whatever the feds have behind closed doors, it's enough to keep Durk sitting in a cell while the whole world watches this wild story unfold. Lil Durk reportedly offered $4.5 million and even put up a plan to be on strict 24/7 house arrest, but the judge shut it down cold. The court felt Durk was trying to game the system right when the feds moved in, and that didn't fly. Prosecutors say there's evidence of witness tampering, and his team says he got caught making three-way calls from behind bars, which raised red flags fast. Then things got weirder in August 2025. Jail staff say they found Durk with an Apple Watch and that he tried to destroy it before they could take it. The feds say that looks like an attempt to stop people from testifying, and that's part of why they pushed for anonymous juries during the trial. They filed motions to shield everything about jurors, arguing OTF has a history of violence and people connected to the crew could try to influence the process. Prosecutors claim the goal of anonymity is to stop intimidation and keep jurors safe. But critics say anonymous juries can also tilt the scales because jurors don't feel the same scrutiny. Either way, the feds painted OTF as having a dangerous reach, and the judge had to weigh safety against transparency. Big stakes all around. Even if Durk and his inner circle aren't directly threatening witnesses, the FBI says some of his hardcore supporters have made the courtroom politics worse. There are reports that fans called and threatened prosecutors, and even judges. One caller allegedly said, "If they give life, I'm gonna burn this place down." And another reportedly shouted, "Free Durk, are we gonna shoot that place up?" Those kinds of calls made courts take threats seriously and tighten security like crazy. On top of that chaos, rumors are swirling that someone inside OTF, nicknamed Didi, might be cooperating with authorities, and that has everyone speculating. Durk and several OTF members were originally set to face the same trial, so any inner flips or snitches could change the whole courtroom game. This case is packed with motion filings, drama, and wild allegations. It's a legal storm and nobody's backing off. Things took another wild turn when OTF Didi's lawyer filed a motion trying to get his case completely separated from everyone else's. And what was written in that motion shocked people. Didi's legal team actually referenced the allegations that Lil Durk sent out hits on Mond Dukes, and they even mentioned an alleged voice note where Durk supposedly gave instructions about money and getaway cars. It didn't stop there. The motion also brought up Durk's own lyrics, quoting lines like, "Smirk, slide, slide, slide. Don't respond to song with Vaughn. They're dropping locations, I'm getting it done. And I don't want no naps who you catch, I want the one I paid for." Once that paperwork leaked, fans went crazy. People instantly assumed OTF Didi was snitching on Durk and feeding the feds new information. But hold up, there's no proof that's actually happening. What Didi's lawyers were doing was pointing to evidence the feds already had, not new info. They were trying to argue that Didi didn't have anything to do with Durk's alleged plans, basically saying, "You've already got all this stuff on Durk, leave my client out of it." Still, that didn't stop the internet from blowing up with rumors. But even if Didi isn't talking, the feds have other witnesses lined up who are ready to take the stand. The scary part? Prosecutors don't even want those witnesses' names public because they're terrified something might happen to them before the trial starts. This case has gotten so intense that witness safety is now a top priority. Meanwhile, Durk's still locked up and his homie Mikey got sentenced to life. But the ripple effects of all this chaos are spreading, even to NBA YoungBoy. It's wild how far this beef has gone. Remember, all this madness started from the original tension between King Von and YoungBoy. After Von was killed, people claimed Durk started dropping bags to get revenge, the so-called get back plan. And while all that was happening, YoungBoy was stuck on house arrest, firing shots back at Durk through music and social media. But now he's free, moving around, and still caught in the middle of this mess. YoungBoy even kicked off his tour right after getting out of jail and planned to perform at the United Center in Chicago, Durk's own city. That move had everyone talking because fans knew that kind of stunt could stir up major drama. This beef might have started years ago, but it's clear the tension between these camps still isn't over, and the streets are watching every step. Everybody knew there was going to be drama if NBA YoungBoy tried performing in Chicago, and sure enough, things got messy real quick. Just a few days before he was set to hit the stage, the United Center pulled the plug and canceled the show. Fans were furious, especially those in Chicago who had been waiting to see him live. But apparently, the venue wasn't taking any chances with the kind of tension that's been building between YoungBoy's camp and Durk's supporters. And the streets were already heating up before that. At a YoungBoy concert in Newark, New Jersey, things took a wild turn when a dude outside shouted, "Free Durk!" Out of nowhere. He got snuck from behind. You can even hear him saying, "Yeah, I said it, free Durk," before another guy jumped in and started swinging.
Free Durk! Word. Free Durk! Heard what I said? Free Durk!
Rumor has it, those dudes were close with OG3, YoungBoy's own brother. That clip went viral in seconds, but it didn't stop there. Just weeks earlier, another group of YoungBoy fans went viral again, this time for beating up a 66-year-old worker at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. People were shocked, like, what's even happening at these shows lately? And to top it all off, YoungBoy's been performing his Durk diss tracks live on stage, especially I Hate YoungBoy, which had the whole crowd hyped but also had venues real nervous. Sources say that's exactly why the United Center didn't want him performing in Chicago. They allegedly asked YoungBoy not to perform that track, but he refused, and that's when the venue shut the entire show down. Meanwhile, Lil Durk has even bigger problems on his plate. With all these allegations, denied bonds, and rumors piling up, it's looking like he's going to be locked up at least until the 2026 trial. The drama between these camps isn't slowing down. It's only getting deeper, darker, and way more dangerous. So if you've been locked in with us through this crazy ride, now's the time to join the family. Turn those notifications on, subscribe to Rap Uncovered, and don't miss what's coming next. The streets never sleep, whereas just getting started. Tomorrow's upload is going to be even crazier, even deeper, and absolutely unmissable. Smash that like button, share this video with all your homeboys, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I wanna hear what you think about all this chaos. We'll catch you in the next one, right here at Rap Uncovered, where the truth of the streets lives.